Day two, man, day two. Uh, Honestly, I just watched the video that I made, and honestly, hold on, let me put on the jacket. Honestly, man, that was hard. That was hard watching, like just looking at yourself. And I don't know, I kind of just want to make these videos, um, just to kind of like let people know that you're not alone. Like if you feel off certain days or just feel like you're going through something, you're not alone. Like I am just as, I guess you could say, um, horrible or not always okay. I might seem like this, like some people that see me probably think that I'm this confident guy, and because I go to the gym every day that I just have everything going on right. Or even the people that you might see on social media. Dude, the reality of the situation is everybody has their own set problems. Like everybody goes through their own things. Everybody's probably not having a good day or not having that good of a day as you think, even though they're smiling, you know what I mean? Like everybody goes through things. And I feel like kind of like a reality check that I needed that maybe somebody else on the other screen might need as well is that it's okay not to be perfect. But look, don't take that the wrong way though. I'm not saying that it's okay to not try to be perfect. You know what I mean? Like, say for instance, you had some situation in your life where you messed up or you did something that you were incredibly wrong for, and you had time to think about it and really kind of digest it and realize that you messed up. So I feel like there's two choices in that I wouldn't say example. Sorry, I'm really bad with words. This is like, this is me. This is new to me just as much as like, I'm a new face to you and you're like, this is odd. This is very odd. I'm sorry. But, like, I just lost my whole train of thought. Jeez. Lord help me. Hold on, give me a second, guys. I'm not doing any cuts. I'm doing this all raw. Gosh, I forgot my whole train of thought. Like, okay. So just because you're going through something, right, and you feel like you went through it, there's two choices that you can make. You could either reflect and be like, oh snap, that's the way it was supposed to be. Like, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing, and eventually somebody will like me for who I am, or somebody will do this. Okay. Cool. Okay, you could do that, but is that really what you desire? And you know what I mean? That's what I had to ask myself. And honestly, this is definitely on my own end of things and the things that I'm going through. But again, somebody could probably relate to me on the screen. Like, honestly, like when I was rewatching my video, I have 3 viewers, man. Like, and honestly, like that is crazy to me. Like, that is such a blessing because there's 3 people on the other end of the screen that, although it's not very many, and honestly, I don't even look at it as a views. Like, I'm just genuinely like amazed, man, and that's a blessing. Like 3 people around the world, somewhere around the world, saw my video. You know what I mean? And nevertheless, that's not what I was talking about. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But I feel like with my specific situation, because I can only speak for myself, and I don't like judging anybody or like trying to put myself in anybody else's shoes, because we are our own people, you know what I mean? And Matthew's chapter 3, verse 3 and 4, Matthew's chapter 7, verse 3 and 4 says, I don't remember the exact verse, but I can give you kind of like an idea of, don't judge people when you already have your own issues going on, basically, in a sense. Like the verse is worded differently, of course, because it's in the Bible. I'll read King James version of the Bible. And it's worded a little bit different, but that's the gist of it. Like, don't go judging people or having something to say about somebody, because you might look at their situation, but you got your own stuff going on and you're not perfect, because In God's eyes, none of us is perfect. The only man that's ever been on earth, that's walked earth, that is perfect is Jesus. You know what I mean? So we're all trying to match his image in a sense, you know? So don't go around judging people. And I kind of feel like I'm like all over the place, but I got a lot of thoughts, man. This is like therapeutic to me. But back to what I was saying with my own situation is that when you take time to think about the actions that you have done and you start to realize that you did a lot of judging, but never really self-reflected, you know what I mean? And I messed up very badly, you know? I'm not at all happy with what I did, you know what I mean? Not at all. Like, it honestly eats me up every day, and it hasn't even been that long. But when you self-reflect and you kind of think about what you've done in your life, it kind of helps you, like, kind of humbles you, you know what I mean? It helps you realize that people make mistakes, and it's not your job to try to like judge them or, you know what I mean, make them feel horrible, because it's not okay. But oh, gosh, I'm like all over the place. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Like, this is just like kind of therapeutic, and I'm still gonna post this. Doesn't matter to me like what it kind of looks like or any of that stuff. Like, I just genuinely enjoy this, because, you know, somebody on their phone might relate to me, and I don't know, I might seem crazy, I might seem whatever you want to call it. But man, I'm being me. But kind of back to that point that I was initially talking about with, you have two choices, whether you want to stay and be the same person that you were, or you could reflect on what you've done and better yourself, whether that be with therapy, self-reflection, like going over everything that you did wrong and try to fix those things, seeking help. It's okay to ask for help. And I feel like one of the biggest things that kind of keep you in that hole is pride. Dude, pride is one of the main things in the Bible that they talk about. It's pride, and from what I've read personally, is having a lot of pride and never trusting man. That is one of the two things that I've noticed the most when I was reading the Bible. So having pride, if God says that having pride is very bad, and he doesn't, not condemn is not the right word. He just doesn't like it. I'm sorry. I'm not very good with the vocab. I'm sorry. I'm hoping that you're understanding where I'm coming from. Please bear with me. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's having pride. And that was something that I struggle with very, very much. Like, being prideful, like sometimes I'd find myself not wanting to do something because of my pride and my selfishness, you know? And that is something that I have to like work on. And I feel like it hasn't been that long, granted, that I've turned my life to God, but he works fast and he works good and he's perfect in every way, because one of my biggest struggles that I was praying for, but I wasn't really seeking him for, was cussing. Like, I was really bad at cussing, but it's like, I don't cuss. And and I have slipped up a couple of times, but it's noticeable. Like, you know what I mean? Before, when I used to cuss, I didn't even notice I was cussing. That's how bad it was. That's how stuck in my ways I was, and how I was letting the devil work on me. But it's just very interesting going through this process, and like God knocking me down to my knees and humbling me. And man, I'd be lying to y'all if I said that this wasn't hard. This is probably the hardest thing that I've ever done. But I just keep seeking him and working on myself as much as I can. I really recommend therapy. Like, it is one of the best things that I've kind of recently been doing. This is my second week going to therapy. Man, it's a lot of things that, you know, might bother you that you don't even know bother you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even know that it affects you from your past, that when you bring it up and you talk about it and you have somebody that's studied psychology explain it to you, you learn so much. So it's like, I don't know, it's just so fascinating. And I really feel like I'm developing, and starting tomorrow, I kind of had like a really good dinner. And just actually on top of that, like I just kind of realized that I have a passion for cooking. Like it's so like therapeutic to me. Like just sitting here watching a video, watching something productive, and then cooking, and then kind of just like doing your own thing, and just oh darn it, ah jeez, just kind of just doing your own thing. Kind of nice. But yeah, um, man, if you guys have any like questions or comments, man, please comment it. Like I want to talk about anything. I'm not perfect, and I know it's the internet, and people can judge you, but I'm so past that. I wouldn't say, again, I'm not perfect. I'm human just like you. So you could totally hurt my feelings, but I would pray that that is not what you intend to do. So, yeah, you guys have a good night. This is day 2.